Valentine's Day is here, and for many, it's all about love and relationship. But what if I told you that being single doesn't mean being unloved? Hi, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're listening to this. This is the voice of many, and I am the voice of many. My name is Testimony, and it's Friday again. Welcome back. So, you're gonna be listening to my voice for some 30 to 40 minutes, or maybe shorter. Enjoy. There was a time in my life where I thought that relationship could cure loneliness. I honestly thought that I have to be in a relationship to feel complete. And before you start thinking too much, I am as old as you think and I'm as young as you've guessed. So don't worry about that. But this is my story. So I used to feel like, God, people are in a lot of relationship, people are doing this, people are doing that. Maybe just maybe if I'm in love with someone or if I fall in love with someone, I'll feel complete, I'll feel included. The truth is, okay. Maybe I walked into some situationship because of this thinking. But the truth is, being in a relationship has never cured loneliness. Nobody's coming to complete you. I think the main question is, how can we find contentment in God's love while still single? That's the main question, because sometimes we it is lack of contentment that makes us want to seek for more even when we are not ready. Because the truth is, I know personally that I'm not ready to commit to anybody. That's just the truth. I used to tell people that the reason why, aside the fact that okay, God has not said okay, it's time for you to do this, I'm not in a relationship, is because I'm not honestly ready to commit to anybody. But then I knew. Now the difference is, now I know, and I'm ready to just stay in God's timing. Then I knew, but at the same time, I also felt like maybe if I get someone that loves me genuinely enough, I'll be ready to commit. Anyways, let's start by breaking down one of the biggest myths about love. So it's common belief that you're incomplete without a partner. Even when people are not saying it, I feel like some people are still thinking that you're incomplete without a partner. It seeps into some tweets, it seeps into some reels you see on Instagram, it seeps into comments, it slips everywhere. So I know for a fact that some people still believe that you're incomplete without a partner. And now before we get ahead of ourselves, because I have a lot of this to back of that I just said. But I just want to say that in Colossians chapter 2, verse 10, the Bible reminds us that we are complete in Christ, not in another person. So sometimes I wonder why or where this mindset came up from. But let's be sincere. Our culture, media, and even the church pressures us to make us feel like singleness is like a waiting room or some cage or something that you're supposed to pray out of. Because and as as a person, I don't think it is. The culture, first off, it start from your parents. Yeah, your parents. When you're like in your maybe like 23 as a lady, or probably 25 as a guy, they start saying things like, how about your partner? Are you seeing someone? I mean, I can't quote from experience as a person, but let me not just use myself. It looks like a current situation of my life. Not really current, but I mean, they start to ask you questions like, or small any small thing like this. The next thing here is oh, well, I mean, you soon go to your husband's house. And I'm like, I am but of a 16-year-old child. What do you mean by that? So the culture pressures us into thinking that um being single is a crime. Being single is something I'm supposed to pray against. I mean, okay. I think okay, let me share a story. There's this particular lady, as at the time I'm talking about, she was a girl, because I mean she was just 19. And we were friends. Maybe like an acquaintance, not friends per se. She lives down the street. So and then one day I came back from school. Then I attended a boarding school. So I came back from school, and my siblings were telling me that, oh, did you know that Favor got married? And I'm like, married? She did? Why? I mean, she just finished. She was a year ahead of me. She just finished secondary school. What do you mean that she got married? What are you talking about? And so I got to know that it was true. She got married at 19. For whatever reason, I don't know. For whatever reasons, she got married at 19. And when I was preparing for this podcast, it just came to my mind that ever since she got married, I never saw her again. I never heard of her. She's not online. It's like she disappeared and went under the radar. And for a Nigerian, that's very strange. My heart really went to her, and I just said a word of prayer because I mean, it's strange. But at the same time, I'm not assuming, but I just want to wonder why would you want to do that to yourself at 19? I mean, I'm more of age than that, and I don't think I want to get into a relationship, talk less of getting married right now because there's so much to do, there's so much to plan, there's so much you need to work on yourself. I've been talking about self love for over 2 weeks now, and at some point I had to tell myself, testimony, are you not over obsessing about this thing? But then something came to my mind and made me realize that I'm not over obsessing or obsessing over the fact that you have to love yourself. It's just the truth. Nobody's coming to rescue you. Sorry, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Nobody is coming to rescue you. That's just the truth. So, and I mean, the culture makes us feel like if you don't get married at a certain kind of age, then you're supposed to start praying about your being single. I don't know. That's weird. And the media, oh god, pepper them gang. Today is this person, tomorrow is this person. Today now being Valentine, everywhere just choke anyhow. In fact, I've not seen anything. The only person's post that I saw that made me laugh so much. Okay, two people was Ife, Diary of a Nigerian Girl. If you know her, she just got engaged to items. So and they were going to pepper single people. Me in my mind, I'm like, hey, Badun, because I'm sorry, you're not okay. Because when did you get into the relationship that you want to pepper? We are not peppered, but it was supposed to be a sarcasm. They were trying to be funny, but then and then another person was one lady like that I really respect. She and her husband, they've been married for about 3 years, of course, went out on a date or something. But these are honest to God, just sincere things. How about people that are doing the whole show just to pressure you into and all of these things? You think, oh, I'm just watching it, I'm just in the gang. It's a lie. There's something that it channels to your brain, and after the whole day, you feel like, God, what is wrong with me? Is it that I'm hard to love? Is it that something is wrong with me? Is it that I can't find love? Is it that my I'm unlovable? You start to think about things that were not there before today. And that's how you know that when you check some things online, when you see some things, when you listen to some things, they leave a residue in our minds. Forget the spiritual aspect. This is not being spiritual. This is reality. This is facts. This is mental talk. When you check on things, when you check things, when you listen to some certain kind of things, it leaves residue in your heart. It's the reason why some people say don't listen to sad songs, because even when you're not sad, they make you depressed. That's just the truth. So the whole media, frenzy, and all of that will just put some certain kind of image in your mind and your head, and you start to wonder. And the church, oh, don't get me started. We are believers, but sometimes some people come to share testimonies that are centered around marriage. You hear people say things like, oh, I thank God for delivering me from the bondage of being single. I've been single for 5 years. Yes. Is it a crime to be single? Singleness is not a sickness, it's not a disease. Oh God. It can't be overemphasized. It can't be overemphasized. It's a period of your life where you're supposed to focus on so many things. So singleness is not a crime. So the church make it seem like, okay, we are having a couple outing, we're having a couple dinner, a couple thing, a couple this, a couple that. What happened to we that was single? I mean, I'm on this with you. I'm single too, so don't worry. I mean, what happened to us? What's going on? And so we all have been saying, if marriage doesn't complete us, what should we be doing with our singleness? What should we even be doing with our singleness? Hold up. Did somebody say cake? Lucy Street is here to make your celebration sweeter. I mean, it's Valentine's. From birthdays to just because treats, self-love, or maybe something for your partner. They have it covered. And they deliver anywhere within Oyo, Ogumosho, and Ibadan. And even Lagos, if you're pretty convincing, I guess. But you can have a perfect slice of cake wherever you are. Check them out, or you place an order via WhatsApp +234 9037542835, or you can do that via email also, lucystreet01@gmail.com. Now let's get back to our podcast. Earlier I mentioned the power of contentment when I was talking, and this is the ability to remain, to stand still, to know, learning to be fulfilled in Christ. Because honestly, that's what you should be doing with your singleness. Learning to be fulfilled in Christ, to pursue God. And I think one thing I realized that is to make us feel like singleness is supposed to be a crime, singleness is something to be scared of, is FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. We feel like people are ahead of us, people are doing things, people are doing beautiful things. And what if I let this guy go, if I let this lady go, what if I never find love? It's a lie, it's a bloody lie. In Lawrence Oyo's voice, it's a dirty lie. That's a lie. Stop making people make you feel like, stop allowing people make you feel like the doors that you didn't walk through were actually opportunities that you missed. What if it's just a redirection from God? What if it's just something that God planned? What if you're not missing out, but you're actually working in alignment? So forget about all of that and let's focus on the fact that singlehood is not something to be shy of. It's not something to be worried about. It's actually a period where we should enjoy ourselves. One thing I believe you should do with your singleness is pursue God's purpose and calling. Do God big time. This is the best time to do God. This is the best time to create systems. You will never have this time again. Volunteer for events, go for retreats. Are you telling me that you will get married as a guy? Let me start from the guy because I'm a lady, so people will not see that I'm biased. As a guy, you get married, you will not off your phone or switch off your phone rather and go for a retreat for 3 days without checking your wife or bothering to tell someone, and it's something that you just want to sign off. It's not possible. Or your partner, it's not possible. As a lady, your mind is just occupied. Your mind is occupied. So this is the best time to do good. This is the best time to discover your purpose. I think somebody said, I don't want to mention who, somebody said something. It was like, this is the best time for me to travel and come back by 11:59 without somebody saying what time to date, because I mean it was a good traveling, of course. It was not that I went into something bad, but it was like, I mean, I don't have anybody that, aside from my parents, that I'm accountable to like that, that is fussing over the fact that I have to go for a retreat and come back this late. And it's the truth. This is the best time to do God. Recklessly love God. Put yourself into service, because I mean, you will never have this time again. It's just the truth. Then another thing I believe that we can do with our singlehood is deepen friendship and community. When I was saying that relationship does not cure loneliness, this is the cure to loneliness: friendship and community, not relationship. Because if you don't know how to work on friendship, if you don't know how to love your friend, me personally, I don't think you can love a guy or a lady because you don't even know how to go all out for your friend and you want to know how to go all out for a partner. I mean, that's where it starts. You can't gift your friend, but you think that if you get into a relationship, you'll be able to gift your partner. Bro, are you joking? Okay. So this is the best time to deepen your friendship. This is the best time to reach out to your friends. This is the best time to call your friends. This is the best time to build relationship. This is the best time to work on your community, your accountability skills. Some of you go out or take decisions without even telling those that are close to you. You don't know how to open up. You don't know how to be vulnerable. And you think relationship is going to cure that. It cannot. It just couldn't. I'm sorry. So this is the best time to work on yourself. This is the best time to grow your mind. Invest in personal and spiritual growth. Grow your mind, like I said. Grow your mind. Grow your mind. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. See those red flags that you yourself have. We are always quick to point out people's red flags when some of us are even walking red flags. I'm serious. Like, your definition is a red flag and you don't even know it. This is the time to discover. Ask your friends, evaluate me. Do you think if I get in a relationship right now, I'm going to last? It's not out of fear. You're asking because you really want to work on yourself. Work on yourself, work on your spiritual growth. You're saying you want a man of God. I think I mentioned that last week. And you yourself, you're not a woman of God. You want a woman of prayer, but you can't even stretch for 30 minutes, just 30 minutes. This is the time to do all of this, not running after someone who doesn't even want you. So, like I said, singleness is not a curse, it's a season, one that can be used wisely or used for good. So, don't go there and go and be praying that God deliver me from singleness when you're actually supposed to be making big use of this single period. So, what if you desire marriage? How do you prepare yourself for marriage? How do you prepare your heart without making an idol out of it? First off, what is an idol? Okay, an idol is something, yeah, something like a demigod or a mini god that you've centered your life around. The reason why God is your God is because you've centered your life around Him. Exactly. So God is God without with or without you believing in Him, but He will be your God if you center your life around Him. So that means a material thing, a person can become a God to you when you center your life around them or that particular thing. So yes, marriage can become an idol. I'm not saying it's not okay to desire marriage. It's okay. I want to get married some days. Trust me, I love love. I'm a big fan of love. Oh god. I don't want to do too much. That's why I decided not to write any poetry piece on love. I have so many. I just, posted one or two. But the truth is I have so many. I don't want to overdo it. Before people say, wait, we that we're in relationships, if I'm not doing this. What is your problem? So the truth is I love love. I want to get married. But rather than sitting around and moping on, "Oh, when am I going to get married? When is it going to happen? God, when? God, why? God, am I a spoon? God, am I 2 seconds?" I've seen so many things on Twitter and I'm like, God, I beg. Am I 2 seconds, Lord? God, am I but a fork? Am I a plastic rat? A lot of this, God, am I a few seconds? Like, are you instead of you moping around or forcing what isn't, some people will go back to that person that God has clearly told them to stay off because supposedly they are lonely. So before you start forcing things that are not there or making a big deal out of what isn't there, one of the basic things to do while you prepare yourself for marriage and without making an idol out of it is set your mind and your gaze on God. Set your mind and your gaze on God. Let God define your desires. Let God define your desires. Let it not be that, oh, I want this because people are doing this certain thing, or I want this because, oh, it's going to cure me of loneliness. Let God be the reason. Let God be the one to say, oh, I think it's time for you to pair with someone. This vision I'm giving you, or I just think it's time for you to multiply, I guess. Sorry, that was supposed to be a joke. Okay. So, let God be the one to say, hi, babe. It's time for you to move into the next phase of your life, not you bending God's hand back. I mean, some people fast about being single. Really? I don't want to get into that. When I'm saying some people, I mean, I'm not saying people that it's obviously becoming to look like maybe something is wrong. Maybe nobody ever asked you out. You've never had feelings for anybody and you feel like something is wrong with you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you're 22 and you're praying about fast. And you're fasting and praying about being single. I don't know. Or you're 23 or you're 24. Safe. There's no pressure. In fact, no age. There's no pressure. If God is asking you to do something at a certain time that doesn't require you to be in a relationship, then so be it. So let God refine your desires. Make sure you check why you even want to get married in the first place. As I said, set your mind and gaze on God. Because it's the only one that can keep you in check. And that thing you want to do is guard your mind against desperation and comparison. Don't let social media be the reason why you want to get married. Don't let social media be the reason why you aspire to be in a relationship because you want to pepe, because you want to show, you want to, you want people to see that, oh, love is sweet at this side too. I have a friend that said that I can get married and nobody will know. When she said it, I said, wait, hold up. I hope my, your friends are not part of the nobody because I'm not even a nobody, but I hope I'm not part because she can actually do it. Let your life show the result. You don't need to prepare anybody. So don't let social media pressure you. Don't let the reason why you want to be in a relationship be desperation, wannabe. Guard your mind against desperation and comparison. And that thing is, become the person that you are praying for. Become that person you're praying for. I want someone of a man of the word. Become a woman of the word. I want a woman who is sports or who is into sport, which gym what I don't want to use gym conscious. Who is someone who works out, yes. Become that person. You need to start going to the gym. I mean, who knows, you might even meet her in the gym. Cause okay, I want someone who likes reading, join book clubs, become that person. You to start reading. Don't just want someone, become that person, become her, become him, become that person you're praying for. Strengthen your faith by seeking God's templates for you. God, what kind of marriage do you want me to have? I mean, there was a time I heard someone say, I asked God the kind of wedding He wants me to have. Does He want me to have a loud wedding or just a small family thing? And I was like, that makes sense. I mean, I've never thought about it. I'm supposed to actually ask God, do you want us to make it all big, or do you want us to make a garden wedding? Do you want it to be the revival type like Teofilo Sunday? I mean, some people are already aspiring to do that. Okay, it's fine. Do you want me to do something like that? Do you want me to do the whole spirit gym? Or is it something simple? Should we do it here? These are things to ask God. Be preparing so that maybe when you get your partners, if people compare notes, oh, God said this to me. Oh wow, that was the same time God said this to me too. Ask for templates, my children, God. Some people got the name of their kids even before they met their partners. Ask for templates. This is the time to ask for templates. Develop emotional maturity, spiritual maturity, emotional maturity in the sense that how well can you take someone in your space? For me, I think that's something I'm working on because I've gotten so used to being alone that if you for 1 minute stress me, I'm already thinking of ways to unfriend you. Imagine I'm in a relationship and maybe it does not call for 3 days or something happens. I don't support people saying that if you're in a relationship and your partner don't call you for 3 days, it's okay. Me, I don't know what you're doing there. That one is bad because communication is key. But we're not talking about that today. So let's just assume that something happens and it's an inconvenience, and I start to wonder, what am I even doing in this relationship in the first place? That's a very bad thing to hold on to. So it's something I'm working on personally for myself. So check yourself, grow maturely, be mature in your sense, in your emotional well-being. How well can you take somebody? How well can you condone? Can you tolerate some kind of things? What can you tolerate? What are your negotiables? What are your non-negotiables? These are things you're supposed to be doing now, not wondering when you're going to post. I mean, the world is revolving, and it's very bad that some people are still stuck in the mindset of they want to post, they want to show. Beautiful things are happening out of godly marriages, and beautiful things are happening with single people too. All you need to do is to find your timing in God. So, when I said single but loved, it doesn't mean loneliness or isolation. So this is the time where you build accountability system. Do you have a mentor? Do you have friends that you can tell anything? So people get married or get into a relationship and they log out of all kind of accountability system. This is the time to build strong systems because when something happens in your relationship, who do you want to tell? Who? You don't have a mentor. You don't have good friends. Okay. So, like I said, trust God timing. Don't push people away. This is the season when you embrace friends, embrace believers like yourself. Don't push people away because you're single supposedly or your friend is in a relationship and you're not the one. Don't push people away. So your singleness should be dedicated to God, not a time to do as you please. Because now that I've been saying this, it's giving like do whatever you like. That's not what I said. Yes, go on solo dates, take yourself out, love yourself, be genuinely in love with you. But at the same time, it's a time to be committed to yourself as much as you're not committed to anyone. Committed to yourself, be committed to your growth. Hey, this is testimony. First of all, you're a real MVP for listening this far. I see you. Your engagements, oh, Chef Kiss, it means the world to me. So here's the deal. Leave me a comment. Let me know what's running through your mind. even if it's testimony. Why do you say hey like that? I just want to hear it. And while you're at it, hit the follow button wherever you're listening. Let's build this community together. Don't leave me hanging now. Keep listening. Wrapping up in Corinthians 7:32-35, Apostle Paul was highlighting how singleness allows for undistracted devotion to God. So, like I said, be devoted to God. Yeah, be devoted to God. So, in this season, pay attention to nudges, to ideas. Pay attention to those things that drop in your heart, names that come to your heart. You ask God, oh, this name, is it that is my husband that's behind this name, or is it for my kids? Pay attention to nudges, pay attention to things that just spring up in your mind. Like I said, I don't know if it was on this pod or another podcast or maybe some of my short videos online where I said that you're not that smart. If you think that idea came to your mind because, oh, you are smart, you're not that smart. So once these things come to your heart, of course, you need to check by the Spirit too. Sometimes we can be inspired, like I said, from residues that we've seen online. So you're not that smart, like I said. As long as we're working by the Spirit brings ideas to us. So pay attention to those things that come to your mind rather than activities that you cannot account for. And some things that you do that you don't want to explain to people later on. Don't bother. Don't bother. So whether you're single or you're choosing to take the Pauline's ministry, you want to remain single for the rest of your life. I've come across two people that, we're not saying it jokingly, that actually don't want to get married for some reasons. Although one of them I sense is because of past traumas or something that the person had seen. The other has just come to accept that being alone is better than being with someone. I don't know. And the person is doing fine anyways, but me, I want to get married. So whether you're in a single season or you are choosing to work the police ministry, God's love is enough. God's love is enough for you. God's love is enough to refine you. God's love is enough to change you. God's love is enough. God's love is enough now and forever. He loved you even before you came to him. So God's love is enough. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Share this to your friend who needs to hear this. Yes, share this. Be that friend. Be that one person that shares reels and important information. Be that friend. That's a real relationship. So, tune in next week for more faith-based discussion. Remember that you are deeply loved by God. And if it counts for anything, I love you too because, pay attention to this point. I love you too. So, happy Valentine's, by the way. So, if you're listening for the first time, do well to listen to other episodes. You're going to enjoy them, trust me. And that's it for today. This is Testimony signing out. Bye.